Check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3.
At first, we had a decent outing yesterday, some runs on board, and defended.
Code DCC X10. We are live at 7th Cricket Stadium. The two captains with me. Lyari Kings on to my left. It's time to flip the coin. Again, it's DC starlets have first. To bat first. is
Pat first, you know,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to match number 8 for this fan code DCC X10 Rapid Fire at the Sevens Cricket Stadium. We had an exciting game before this, and this is going to be a cracker as well. It's DCC Starlets versus the Lyari Kings. So let's not waste any time and go down to Shoaib Ahmed, who's with the captains for the toss.
It's time to flip the coin for match number 8 of fan code DCC X10. We are live at Sevens Cricket Stadium. The two captains with me for the game that is just about to begin. It's DCC Starlets taking on Lyari Kings. On to my left is the captain of DCC Starlets, Ronak Panoli. Right in the center is the match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam. And on to his left is the captain of Lyari Kings, Nail Mohammed. So the home team is DCC Starlets, and Ronak is going to flip the coin. Tails is the call.
And it is heads.
It's heads. So Ronak, you've won the toss. What do you want to do and why?
We're going to bat first. We had a decent outing yesterday, put some runs on board and, defended that successfully. I think we've got a young yet experienced bowling lineup to do that. So, it's about freedom. It's 10 overs. So, almost every ball has to go. So I think, we'll make most of the first 10 and then, just go ahead and defend that.
All right. So what do you think is a good score to defend?
I think we get 100 should be good. We've got a good bowling lineup, 5 set bowlers, a couple of other backup options as well. So I think maybe just over 100 would be a good score.
You batting really well. I think it's great for the side. But personally, what do you think about your form and what do you see for yourself in the future?
Look, it's about taking one game at a time, obviously keeping things simple and going ahead and repeating those same things. If I try to overcomplicate stuff, it hasn't worked in the past. So I think just keeping it simple and enjoying my game.
Keep it simple and give us a good game.
Thank you so much.
Nail, they're batting first. Are you happy to bowl?
Yeah, I don't mind bowling first. Hopefully we can get the two guys, the main guys, Panoli and Pony out. And then, we have a good chance of getting them under, let's say, 90 runs. So that's our target. Let's see how it goes. We have got some plans. Let's see if we can execute them.
You've played against each other a lot, so you know your strengths and weaknesses. How does that work in your favor?
I mean, it's always fun playing against each other, but it's just that once you enter the boundary, once you cross the rope, it's versus, that's it. So hopefully we have got our plans in mind, and let's see how it goes down.
Do you have any changes in your side?
Now we've got a couple of changes. We have got some niggles going on. So Ghanem and Tala come in, and a couple of guys go out.
All the best.
Thank you.
Right, so the news is that DCC Starlets have won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
Well, thank you, Shoaib Ahmed. He plays a nice front foot drive to tell us that it's the DCC Starlets who've won the toss, elected to bat first. And quite a few changes in the lineups as Kes Farooq joins me in the comm box. Well, Kes, just run us through that team. See quite a few new names.
Good evening, Abdul. We've seen 4 changes made to the DCC lineup. Saad Abdullah, the young leg spinner, comes in. Ibrahim Wajdani is an all-rounder. He's in the side. Saqib Palekar is again a batting all-rounder. He's in the side. Aman Ali is a fast bowler. They've brought him in. Obviously, they're ringing in the changes just to give the boys extra exposure to the environment and to a tournament of this magnitude.
Yeah, and a lot of changes in Lyari Kings as well. Harun Ghaus, Manal Siddiqui, Ghanem Feroz, Nikhil Pancholi and Tala bin Salim, all new players. Didn't get a chance yesterday. But that man in the middle right there, Emil John against Ronak Panoli. That is going to be an exciting battle. We're just a couple of seconds away from starting off. Ronak Panoli in those light blue pads. It's his lucky pads. Don't think he's going to be changing them. And I don't think he's going to be changing his pattern of batting as well. As he said at the toss, he likes to keep things simple. And he's enjoying himself, Ronak Panoli. It's good to see. Amazing knock yesterday, 62 of 19 deliveries. And just took the game away from the VTAC Volts. Punya Mehra, his partner in crime, scored a decent 30-odd runs yesterday as well. And the DCC Starlets managed 112 in 10 overs, 68 of those coming from the bat of Ronak Panoli and 30 from the bat of Punya Mehra. Shows the importance of these two batsmen, senior batsmen in this very, very young lineup. It feels odd calling them seniors, guess, when they're both maybe 22, 21 years old.
Yeah, they're both seniors in terms of the experience that they've had over the last few years. They're very young. Again, they complement each other very well. Ronak with his destructive power and Punia with his ability to find gaps. Punia's extra cover is absolutely phenomenal. For me, the contest is Ronak versus Emil at this point in time. It would be very interesting to see how Ronak combats the late in swing of Emil.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Ronak has done his homework. Again, these matches being broadcast live all around the world. And here we go. It's Emil versus Ronak, blockbuster. And he starts off on the pads. Very lucky Emil that ball has not gone for 4. Could have easily gone an inch to the right or left of that short fine leg fielder. Starts off with a dot ball. Manal Siddiqui, number 5 on his jersey. Well, he is a senior statesman. I think you and I and everybody else in UAE has played cricket with him. Oh, it's the form and class of this man. It was the in-swinger. He wreaked havoc yesterday. Emil took 3 wickets in the first over. But it's a different class of batsmen in front of him now, and Ronak Panoli has played a magnificent shot for a 6.
He's formed the habit of starting his innings with a maximum. He's done it on quite a few occasions. Emil just erred in line a little bit, gave Ronak the opportunity to free his arms.
Beautiful. Very well done by Emil. He's not a one-trick pony. Didn't try to bring that ball in this time. Just pitched and moved away from the right-hander. And we've talked about these tournaments showing us some high-caliber players. I'll tell you what, put Emil's name in that list already. What a comeback after getting hit for 6.
Yeah, he pulled his length back very well, Abdul. It was a very good delivery, and that one straightened on Ronak. And Ronak's walked down the wicket. He's hit it high. And the catch has been dropped by the captain, Nile. That is going to cost them.
Well, we were talking about this, Kes and I, that Ronak does give you one opportunity and you have to take it. The captain has no one else to blame. Nile Tanveer settling under it, got his hands to it. That reverse cup. Well, unless and until you're in Sydney or Perth, Nile Tanveer should have gone for the traditional bucket. What an eventful start we have, and we have a wide to add to that as well. Everything happening in the first over.
I mean, look at the sub. You'd have to look at the psyche of Nile in this situation, Abdul. Considering the fact that it's Ronak, it's the first over, it's a difficult chance. It had serious airtime. It was a difficult chance, but nonetheless, these are opportunities that you need to grab to make an impact in the game.
Of course, for the in-swinging Yorker as well. Emil, good running between the wickets. And yes, there was serious airtime, but as you said, maybe in the back of his head, Nile is thinking it's Ronak's catch, I have to take it. And that is when disaster will strike. Mental clarity is not just for the batsman, it's for the bowler, it's for the fielders, it's for everyone here on the field. What a big chance, what a big opportunity for the Lyari Kings. A big appeal, big appeal. They're asking the umpire if it's carried, that's the question. I think he has nicked it, Kes. The umpire is just having a word. Did that carry to the wicket keeper? This is a big moment in the game.
A very big moment in the game as the first over finishes with 9 on the board. Oh, I think it may have bounced, Abdul.
Well, I'm very glad I'm not the third umpire making that call. They're using technology. Good to see. This fan code DCC X10 has everything. We've got replays. We've got the cameras for the runouts.
They're saying we don't have ultra edge.
Let's have a look at that again.
This is a big moment. Big moment here. Did he get his fingertips right on that ball before it hit the grass? The keeper has called it. He's said it's out. And the umpires are waiting. These are nervous times for everyone because this is a big wicket of the star man. Gloves under it. Okay, as Farooq right next to me says it hits the ground. I am not too sure. Shiju Sam is the man who has to take this call. Everybody is standing by.
You can see Ronak throw a prayer in the air. Everyone has their hearts in their mouth. Emil, Niall, I'm sure, because he's just dropped the catch, and Ronak as well.
Well, from this angle, seems that it has traveled cleanly. If you're a Lyari Kings fan, you're saying it's out. If you're a DCC Starlets fan, you're saying it has bounced. The umpires are still waiting. The benefit of the doubt will go to the batsman. Slower delivery. That's why it just dipped in front of the keeper. Didn't go for pace. Emil.
I think the longer the match referee takes time, the more we feel and we believe that it's going to go in the batsman's favor. Obviously, we're having a look at different angles. From here, it looks as though it's bounced. I think they're carrying on, and yeah, Ronak survived. So a big moment in the game, a big first over. We've seen everything: wides, catches dropped, a six being hit. This is going to be this is going to be a cracker of a game.
Yeah, very eventful over comes to an end. Niall Tanveer with a sheepish smile on his face. He was hoping and praying they would give that out because he's dropped Ronak Panoli. End of over number 1. 9 for no loss, the DCC Starlets.
Down. Yeah, down. Yes, that's how it. Right arm over. Okay.
Well, a big surprise here by Niall Tanveer is Krishna Kumar, who's coming to bowl. That's it! Oh, in the air! Well, nobody was ready for that. The batsman was unprepared, and then the bowler was unprepared as well. He was not expecting that ball to come back to him. One hand bounces right in front of him, and he's dropped it. Lyari Kings are not helping themselves. They've grasped 2 chances. DCC Starlets could easily have been 9 for 2. But it's Punya Mehra who's cut loose now. Haroon Ghaus, the fielder. And they take 2.
And they haven't just grasped 2 chances. They've actually grasped 2 chances of 2 of DCC Starlets' premier batsmen. And that's going to have a huge impact on this game later on.
Yeah, absolutely. 98 runs between the 2 of them in the last game. Goes for the Yorker. Straight into the hands of Niall Tanveer. Not taking a single. Punya Mehra played some good knocks yesterday. That's the catch again. Just sticking his arm out. He wasn't ready at all, Krishnan. Full toss. Played down to long on. It's the young man, Manal Siddiqui. Well, they've stationed him at long on.
I was having a conversation with him before the game, and he mentioned how much he's had to work on his fitness, and you can see that in his game. He's been performing. I had the privilege of watching him some of his innings in ICC. He's been scoring a lot of runs, and I think we were talking about this as well just a few moments ago. This is probably a master stroke from Niall to bring in the bowler who's giving absolutely no pace to two players who are not used to this kind of bowling. They're going to struggle with it, or they're struggling with it at this point in time.
Well, Punya Mehra cuts loose. It was a wide half volley, and he has the boundary in the power play. Not a bad over from Krishnan in the end, just the 8 coming off it. Could have easily been 9 for 2 DCC starlets. Well, they're on the charge, they're on the move. 15 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. Well, the battle will continue. It's going to be Emil versus Ronak Panoli. 2 opportunities, both literally grassed. One by Niall Tanveer and one hitting the grass right in front of the wicketkeeper. 17 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. The floating power play not taken this time by the batsman. We saw Ronak and Punya take that floating power play in the 3rd over when they were scoring quickly. But since they haven't gotten off to a flyer, they want to hold back just a little bit, get confidence. This is a new wicket as well. Again, that in-swinger. He's bowled it really well, Emil. It's not easy to beat Ronak Panoli for pace, especially in the form that he's in. Early in that shot, guess, Ronak Panoli.
Yeah, he doesn't look very happy with the shot he's just played, and I think again he just tried to power that a little too hard, losing shape, got the inside or half of the bat. He needs to replicate the inning that he played yesterday, and that's what's going to maximize the runs for him.
Oh, goes for that Yorker. Punya Mehra has done really well to get bat on that.
Good bowling, Ami. Good bowling, Ami.
They have pinched a single. Good running between the wickets by these 2 youngsters. And guess it's a new day today. Emil picked up 3 wickets in his first over. He's wicketless so far. And Ronak Panoli got 20 in the first over when he was batting. He seems to be struggling just a bit. 8 of 6 for him.
Yeah, this is an interesting contest. We're seeing the batsmen struggle. Emil's not very pacey, but he's bowling the right lines. He's getting just enough swing to trouble both batsmen.
This time outside edge, beats the 3rd man fielder. Ghanem Feroz. And luck is favouring Ronak Panoli. Again, not in control of that shot, but he gets a boundary.
That was very lucky. Missed short 3rd man by a few feet and went through over the boundary ropes for another boundary. Ronak's looked a little, he's not looked himself. He's going to have to pick it up fairly quickly. He looks to be struggling with the lack of pace.
This time in the air and beats Niall Tanveer at cover. Well, again, Kes, it's a new day, new bowler, new wicket. You have to start from scratch. Not easy to continue where he left off yesterday. And you have to give credit to Emil as well. He's bowled really well, very unlucky so far not to have a couple of wickets in his name.
Both the bowlers have bowled well. The off-pace deliveries are causing a little bit of trouble as Punya plays this one towards deep mid-wicket. Oh, the fielder slipped and they've pinched a second.
Well, it's Nikhil at mid-wicket, charging towards that ball. Didn't want to concede the two, but that slight fumble, letting these two youngsters get there. You can see on the screen just losing his footing. But Punya and Ronak were pushing hard. They were always thinking of two. That's when you put pressure on the fielders and cause that mistake.
Very well bowled again by Emil. He's bowled that Yorker to perfection. Punya can do nothing with it apart from just take a single, and DCC Starlets are 27 for 27 without loss at the end of 3.
Power play?
Suresh,
अजीज यहाँ से बाहर निकल मनाल पे जा रहे
Krish, same ball.
आप इधर आ गए मिडवे के टाइम ही है क्रिश पाल
Wait, sir, wait. Bowler Krish, same bowler.
Quite a bit of
Supporting
batting
power play, boys.
in this DCC Starlets lineup. Shrey Sethi, Dhruv Parashar and Ahan Fernandez, all very aggressive. Ibrahim Wijdani as well, very good all-rounder. He's very young. And they've taken the floating power play. Well, they were waiting for the right bowler case. They didn't want to chance it against Emil.
Let's do our customary call of calling this the make or break over, Abdul. This is where you're either going to see the momentum shift towards DCC Starlets, or we're going to see a wicket fall.
Well, Kais Farooq has called it. Hold on to your seats. This is the over where something could happen in the air. Manal Siddiqui, outstretched arm. But it goes for a boundary. A good way to start the floating power play.
बैट के हिसाब से
Again in the slot. Didn't time it that well, Punya Mehra. But all you have to do is beat that infield and you will get 4. Haven't seen a lot of dew so far on the ground. There's a slight breeze blowing at the Sevens Cricket Stadium. Lovely conditions to play cricket.
Good start to the over for the Starlets. Punya has gotten off with a boundary. And Punya has hit that towards deep mid-wicket. There's protection there. Emil cleans up and Punya is able to take a single.
Good bowling, Krish, apna ball
Well,
डालने
it
के
seems
लिए
the
boys.
best delivery to bowl here is that low full toss. We've seen quite a few wickets fall. Krishnan has the most difficult task, bowling to Ronak Panoli in a power play. Can he get them a breakthrough? Could this be a master stroke by the captain, Nail Tanveer? Not able to middle that. Ronak Panoli trying to hit the ball a bit too hard today. Somebody needs to play the highlights of yesterday's game to him really quickly, where he was playing with a straight bat, using timing and placement, and didn't lose his shape.
And that's the difference we're seeing between yesterday and today, Abdul. The shape, the way he's executing his shots, it's very different compared to what it was yesterday. And that's a wide, adds 1 to the DCC Starlet score.
Yeah, and very well kept by Saqib Ashraf behind the stumps. Not easy when you're unsighted by the batsman. A good steady start this from the DCC Starlets. Again, that full slower delivery. So difficult to get away. They're pushing for 2. But the call is just 1. Krishnan is clawing it back nicely. Conceded a boundary, first delivery. And then the batsman just struggling a bit to get him to that fence.
I think Nail will be happy with the first 4 overs, Abdul. They've managed to keep Ronak, specifically Ronak, very quiet. And they've got him! Krishnan has got the prize wicket of Ronak Panoli. Again, no pace on the ball. Ronak trying to hoik it over deep mid-wicket, loses his wicket. And DCC Starlets are 35 for 1.
Oh, it's a big breakthrough. And Kais Farooq had called it. This was the over. And a master stroke from the captain, Nail Tanveer. He will be relieved, having dropped Ronak Panoli when he was on 6. 14 of 10. for the superstar. 35 for 1 now, DCC starlets.
That brings the tall, lanky Dhruv Parashar to the crease. UAE's under-19 star. He's going to have a lot of work to do. He's again not a very aggressive batsman. He's again more technically correct. He likes to time the ball, and with Ronak gone cheaply, DCC starlets are going to have to play a little bit better. They're going to have to run hard between the wickets to get a good score on the board. Niall's master stroke of bringing in Krishnan has worked, and they've sent Ronak back to the dugout.
He has to finish the over well now, Krishnan. Again, a slower delivery, played straight down the ground. A good power play over for the Lyari Kings. They have the big breakthrough. End of over number 4. DCC starlets now 36 for 1.
किधर हैरी खड़ा है ये क्या करते हैं नाइन
That's Manal Siddiqui, left arm spinner. Very, very experienced campaigners. Has been playing cricket in the UAE all the way from school level up to Division 1. Was even running his own team in the 90s and early 2000s. Starts off well. He's cut hard, Dhruv Parashar. Dhruv, a tall lad, has a big reach as well.
He's taken a very good field for both these batsmen, Abdul. He's taken the straighter extra cover to the boundary because both of these batsmen have a very strong cover drive. Punya specifically likes going inside out towards that extra cover region. So very smart field placing. He obviously may have seen these batsmen bat as he bowls another short one outside the off stump. And they're going to take a single. That brings Punya back on strike.
Good bowling, good bowling.
We have the responsibility now on the shoulders of Punya Mehra since they've lost Ronak Panoli. Again width offered and again played towards that cover fielder. Harun Ghaus, very busy. He's earning those big bucks right now, Harun Ghaus.
That was very well fielded. He cut off a single. They were trying to scamper for 2 runs. In the end, only managed 1.
Yourself.
Well, Manal Siddiqui has run all the way to the edge of the circle to stop that ball. Shows how fit, how determined this man is.
The way he's bowling shows how wily and smart he is as well, Abdul. You can see that he's giving them absolutely no pace. He's set a very specific field on the offside. He's bowling according to his field placing. The batsmen are struggling to generate any timing of their shots. And you know, with the T10, again, we're going to see something happen very soon because it's going to be at the back of DCC starlets' mind as well. They're going to want to get some runs.
Well, yes. You did mention a stat. Almost 70% of the overs have been bowled by pacers. But the spinners like Mohammad Nadeem, like Manal, like Darshan Pagrani, when they've been brought in, they've done well. Kept a lid on that scoring rate.
And he's actually blocked Punya's pet shot. And that's why Punya is trying to do other things. Punya likes playing the ball over cover, but that area has been blocked by Manal, and you know he can only get singles. He's just been able to push the ball down for a single. The fifth over comes to a close, a sedate start in comparison to the previous game from DCC. They're 44 for 1 at the end of 5. And it's time for a change in the commentary box. Shoaib and Faizan are going to be joining for the remainder of the DCC starlets innings.
Thank you, Kes, and thank you, Abdul Rahman. Lyari Kings, 4 bowlers used so far. One of them very successful, and I say very successful because he's got that big fish, that big victim. Ronak Panoli back in the hut after 5 overs. It's 44 for 1. Faizan, game in the balance right now.
Absolutely, looks like that. They would need to finish well here, DCC Scarlets. In fact, Lyari Kings have bowled really well, if you ask me. They have kept the scoring rate to about 8.5 runs and over, which is really good for them. Punya Mehra is looking good, dancing down the wicket, hitting it big and out of the park. Is it? No, straight to hand. This is another wicket that is going down. We come into the combox and Punya walks out.
Well, yes, first ball of the 6th over, using his feet, Punya Mehra, trying to play it straight down the ground, and finds the fielder. Aziz Ansari takes a good catch. Punya Mehra is walking back, 2nd wicket down now for DCC starlets with 44 on the board.
एक ही बॉल हुआ है, विकेट आ गई, सही है। Shabba boy, same side. Lefty in. Nice cover.
Ahan Fernandez comes out to bat here, the left-handed batter for DCC Starlets. It's 44 for 2 after 5.1. Things were looking good for them, but somehow this wicket has put things in balance here for the Lyari Kings.
You're right, Faizan, because the score 44 is not bad in 5 overs. It's just that wicket column. They've lost 2 top-order batters, Ronak and Punya Mehra. And now Ahan Fernandez and Dhruv Parashar will have to build an innings again, start from scratch. Not easy for someone to just come out and go bam bam right from ball number 1. So that is going to be a challenge now. This is an opening for Lyari Kings. That's the wicket of Punya Mehra, straight to the fielder at long off. Aziz Ansari taking that catch.
It was not a bad shot, mind you, by Punya Mehra. Unfortunately for him, he just found the fielder there, who was very straight on long off. It was hit straight down the ground, powerfully as well. And this one is bowled well, using his feet and playing it towards the vacant-fine leg region. Couple of runs, easy. Yeah, certainly. DCC Starlets, it's 46 for 2 now after 5.2. Khanim is the new bowler. He's picked up a wicket and given away just 4 runs in his first over, pulling things back just a little bit for Lyari Kings.
Yes, I think this is a good over so far. And as you rightly pointed out, it is so important that you have the fielders at the right place, 3-4 feet on either side, and that would have gone straight over the boundary ropes. But it is important as a bowler that you get your fielders exactly where you want them to be.
Big shot down the ground. This is huge. Going and... oh, that's a brilliant catch again. I thought for a moment it was going out of the park, but no, it's gone to hand, and it's a brilliant catch coming in from Lyari Kings, who have made a strong comeback in this game with another wicket here.
Ahan Fernandez going for that glory shot towards cow corner. On one knee. Yes, it was there to be hit. Did get the elevation, but not the distance. And look at that catch. Running towards his right, he dives, makes sure that he's got both hands under the ball, and Nikhil has done a marvelous job in taking that catch and dismissing Ahan Fernandez. He's out for 4, and DCC Starlets are now 48 for 3.
पहले बॉल पे आउट हुआ, उसके बाद 3 खेलिए फिर आउट हुआ। पकड़े रखो शबा बॉयज। एमी लास्ट 2 लेफ्ट। ये भी राइट है, राइट ही राइट।
New batter Shreyas Sethi comes out to bat, right-handed bat for DCC Starlets. At one point, it looked like as if Starlets are going to get to 90 easy. It would be hard work from here on to get to that total. Good bit of fielding once again. Extra cover comes in, dives and saves it for going for a single here. Well done. Good job. Lyari Kings all over DCC Starlets in the last few overs. Wonderful stuff in the field. Those are the kind of fielding efforts that can lift the morale of the team. Cut away, nicely done, but straight to the fielder once again. Sweeper cover comes in. Quick running between the wickets. Good running between the wickets. 2 runs with that 50 up for DCC Starlets after 6 overs with 3 wickets down.
Nikhil!
Left arm orthodox Talha will come in to bowl the next over. Well, just 4 more overs remaining in this innings. They would want to maximize those 4 overs, the Starlets. Cut away, nicely done, into the gap. That's going to be a 4.
A proper cricketing shot there from Dhruv Parashar. Rocking on the back foot, playing it in the gap. Everything picture perfect with that shot. And here the outfield at 7th is absolutely lightning quick. You get value for your shots if you play them in the gaps. And that is exactly what Dhruv Parashar has done.
Flighted in the air, outside the off stump, inviting the batter. The batter didn't take the bait there. Dhruv Parashar, he's on 9 of 6. Nicely bowled. Nicely bowled by the bowler. Talha giving it air. Cut away again, into the gap again, into the boundary again. 4 more.
Yes, that's not a replay. That is a live shot that Dhruv Parashar just played back to back. Similar deliveries, similar shot and similar result. Diving onto his right, just couldn't get to the ball in time, and he gets 4 runs.
The only difference, last time it was to the left of that diving fielder at backward point, and this time to the right of him. Beautifully placed, both these shots coming in from Dhruv Parashar. He's looking good. They're still on for somewhere around 95 to 100 runs. If they can keep on going, keep on pressing the pedal here, the Starlets, they are in for a good total here. And somewhere around 100 would give them that comfort as well. This one is hit down the ground, big shot. There has to be a fielder. Slides, comes in, stops that one from going to the boundary. A couple of runs on the cards taken. An expensive over coming in from Talha. 10 runs already from this over. 2 more deliveries remaining in this particular over. So Shoaib, they need to maximize this over because runs have already come in from this and they need to put in more pressure here.
Yes, absolutely. Talha, they're targeting Talha right now, and that's the right approach in a short format like this. In fact, in any form of cricket, you need to target certain bowlers, and if you get them, apply more pressure, try to extract as many runs as you can from the over. 11 already, 1 more ball to go. Now it's going to be Shrey Sethi who will have to try and get some more runs on that last delivery. Goes aerial towards the mid-wicket region. Oh, he just overran. That's not good fielding. That is very ordinary from Nikhil. Should have been stopped, but they've just given away runs as gifts. Gift wrapped by Lyari Kings.
Well, 7 overs gone, 65 for 3. That is the score after that expensive 15-run over from Talha. Ghanim is coming in to bowl his second over. He picked up 2 wickets in that first over and gave away just 6 runs, putting the brakes on DCC Starlets. But they have picked up the pace after that last disastrous over coming in for Lyari Kings. 15 runs came off that over. Starts off with a single here. Shrey Sethi on strike, 6 of 3. Swept away a slog sweep from outside the off stump straight to the fielder on mid-wicket fence. Only a single there. Ghanim has bowled really well. He's kept the ball away from those hitting zones for these DCC Starlets players. But Dhruv Parashar is going at a strike rate of 170. Cut away again, into the gap again, misfielded. But there has to be a fielder who comes running in, steaming in fact. And a poor throw ensures that there is couple on the cards. It's 69 for 3 after 7.3. A good looking shot once again from Dhruv. He seems to be very good in that offside region.
Yes, I think you're right, and they should take a leaf and a learning from that. Try and bowl in the stumps and not give him the width that he is looking for. Again, outside off. This time he plays it towards long on. Will only be a single.
What I like about Ghanim is the fact that he doesn't give ball pace at all. So you have to generate your own pace as a batter. And this sometimes becomes difficult. When you're trying to hit it too hard, you tend to mistime those deliveries. And this is where he's bowled really well. Dances down the wicket, gets under it, hits it hard, high, handsome for a 6.
That is a beautiful shot. Great use of feet from Shrey Sethi. Getting to the pitch of the ball, and you're talking about generating that power. He's done that using his feet, putting his body behind the shot and playing it in the safest zone of a cricket field. Over the bowler's head, onto the side screen, 6 runs.
A good looking shot. So they are pressing the pedal here, even after the fall of those two wickets in the last over from Ghanim. This is up in the air. There has to be a fielder there at mid-wicket. Comes running in and just couldn't get there. Drops it. 2 fielders converging, mind you. And I think there was no calling there as well. And that was one more problem for them.
Your basics need to be right, especially when you're fielding in the outfield. Emil John trying to get to the ball. Couldn't reach there. Got his hands onto it, but was not able to complete that catch. 8 overs have been bowled. 2 more to go. DCC Starlets, 78 for 3.
There are 2 more overs remaining. It's 78 for 3. They need 22 runs, I reckon, from here to actually get to that 100. And they should get that if Dhruv Parashar keeps on batting the way he is, along with Shreya Sethi. Both of them looking very dangerous right now. As in comes Nikhil, left arm over the wicket. Outside the off stump, yogged himself. And a dot ball, a rare dot ball. Good start to the over from Nikhil.
Yeah, that was full and outside off, creating that angle. And dot balls here in the penultimate over are so very important for Lyari Kings.
Dhruv Parashar, 20 of 13, on strike again. This one is hit hard into the gap. This is running towards the boundary. Somebody will have to give it a spirited chase, but the ball will race to the fence. 4 more.
Important runs coming at just the right time for DCC Starlets. Similar delivery to the previous one. This time he plays it towards the cover. Diving fielder doesn't get there, and so does the running, chasing fielder Emil John from long off, giving it his best, but that best was not enough. The timing on that shot was so good. The ball just screamed away for 4 runs.
What a knock coming in from Dhruv Parashar. Short ball, put away, nicely done. The sound on the bat says that it's gonna go a distance. Got his hand to it, and thankfully stopped it from going for a 6 there. Couple of runs there.
Yes, the boundaries here are of a decent size, so you really need to time and hit the ball from the meat of the bat. I think it just got hit on the top half of the bat, couldn't get it from the middle, and that should have been taken. Another catch dropped. Lyari Kings are not doing themselves any favor by dropping these catches. In fact, DCC Starlets will gain a lot of confidence and momentum from these dropped catches and chances. Straight down the ground, again from the meat of the bat. This time it's a much better shot, and he'll get a much better result. 6 runs.
On the back foot, transferring his weight, planting his feet. The balance was perfect. Everything great about that particular shot. 6. It was 6 written all over it right from the word go when he hit it.
Absolutely right, and that is why we were saying that it needs to come from the middle of the bat to clear the boundaries. Dhruv Parashar learning from that previous shot, making sure that he times it right. And as you mentioned, that body weight transfer on the back foot normally doesn't work, but he really timed it well. Guides it towards the deep third. Ghanim will cut that off, and they'll get 2 more runs. Good running between the wickets.
And also a very weak throw coming in from the third man region, ensuring that it's an easy 2 for Dhruv Parashar, who's batting at a strike rate of 200 now. 34 of 17 deliveries, and this is another good over coming in for the Starlets. Well, they were always going for the second. Once Dhruv saw that it was to a man who had a weaker arm from the boundary, he went away in a jiffy for the second one. Nikhil, an expensive over coming in from him. 14 of the first 5 deliveries. They need to finish well, Starlets. Played back to the bowler. A dot ball to finish the over. 14 coming off it. It's 9 overs gone. Starlets looking good. 92 for 3.
निखिल बाहर निकल 7 पॉइंट ऑफ जर्सी नंबर 5 मनाल लेट्स कम अराउंड सब बिटवीन एक उधर जाएगा बाहर निकल जा मैं पूछ रहा साफ करना रोल करना क्या करना बता दे तो बाद में चला अंदर हो जा थर्ड मैन निखिल बाहर हो कौन हां दादा उनको जरा सेट कर ले 3 को किधर है क्रेश फाइन लेग किधर है फाइन लेग गाने आजा 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 गाने बस क्रेश बाहर निकल
Manal is going to bowl the last over of the innings. DCC Starlets looking good now. Here we go, first ball into the air. This is going towards mid-wicket, straight to the fielder. Good catch on the boundary, good balance. And waited and waited and waited on the boundary ropes just to show off his balance there, the fielder. And another wicket down. Good little knock coming in from Shreyas Sethi. Comes to an end. He scores 15 and walks back to the pavilion.
That was hit in the air. Like I said, you need the distance, you need to time it and hit it really well. Good catch, good balance. And look at that. Just a little show off, right, like you mentioned. Haroon taking that catch. It's the 4th wicket down for DCC Starlets.
साथ 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 भाग क्रिश भाग करा साथी पॉइंट मनाल भाई फैन कोर्ट के पास साथ फैन कोर्ट के पास सिर्फ सफाई करवा दें या रोलर करवाना है सिर्फ सफाई सर सिर्फ सफाई जस्ट क्लीन हम अंपायर नहीं ओके नहीं साथी नहीं टेस्ट करो आने भारी रही हो हाँ थोड़ा अंदर हो जा थोड़ा अंदर हो जा कट पे ये उसको सेट कर क्रिश को दादा क्रिश को सेट कर
5 more deliveries remaining. Manal has started well. He's picked up a wicket on the very first ball. And another shot straight to hand. 2 and 2 from Manal. He's turning on the heat here. And this is a good comeback once again from Lyari Kings. Every time DCC Starlets think of running away with the game, somebody comes in, puts some brakes on, and now he's going to be on a hat-trick here.
Yeah, that was Aditya Shetty playing that shot, trying to clear the cover fielder straight to him, and a good catch. So back-to-back wickets for Lyari Kings and Manal. Aditya Shetty out for a golden duck. Couldn't perform with the bat, but we'll see him bowl pretty soon. 92 for 5 now.
नहीं जाने दे अबे वो खेल जाएगा फायदा क्या नहीं छोड़ दे उधर कैच हुआ मेरा लिसन टू माय कॉल या इसको रिलैक्स प्रॉपर सेट कर उन्हें वो तीनों मुझे परेशान लगते हैं
Saqib Palekar is going to be the new batter who's going to face the hat-trick delivery here. Oh, almost got him. Almost got a hat-trick here, Manal, but 3 dot balls. That's great going from Manal and by Lyari Kings in this last over.
That was chipped towards the extra cover. It's been played in the gap. Will it go for 4? Yes. Well, surprising there. That timing on that shot was so good. Also the placement. And I am surprised that there was no fielder in position to stop that ball. Vacant area, big gap. Important 4 runs coming in for DCC Starlets.
And I thought the long off saw it really, really late as well. Nonetheless, 96 for 5, 9.4 gone. 2 more deliveries remaining in this particular over, the last over of the innings. Here we go. Big shot down the ground, up in the air. There's a fielder at long off, comes in, picks it up and throws it back. Only a single there. And that will bring Dhruv Parashar onto the strike. For just the last ball of the over, he would want to cross that 100 mark here, Shoaib.
Oh yes, absolutely. That 3-figure mark definitely will be a psychological advantage for DCC Starlets. 10 and over. But for that, they'll have to score 3 runs. At least 2 to get to 100. Oh, that's a wide. That's a poor delivery from Manal. He's bowled so well until now. He's been on the money, very consistent with his line and length, but just sprayed that one down the leg side.
Helping them reach that 100 mark. Outside the off stump, another wide. I'm sure about that. Yeah, given wide by the umpire. So they have got those 2 runs that you were talking about. They've got a 99 on board with that wide coming in. And that's the shot for 100, is it? It goes beyond the boundary ropes. Nicely done, Dhruv Parashar. What a knock coming in from him. 40 of just 19 deliveries. And DCC Starlets are sitting pretty now at 104 for 5.
There's a star right there on your screens, and his name is Dhruv Parashar. 40 runs in 19 deliveries, has made sure DCC Starlets cross that 100-run mark and have given them and the bowlers something to fight for. This has big change. It's a big shift in the momentum for DCC Starlets going into the second innings.
Dhruv, by the way, means the brightest star. And he certainly was the brightest star for the DCC Starlets. Good knock coming in from Dhruv Parashar, ensuring that they have a good total on board, Shoaib.
Yes, absolutely. Let's look at that scorecard. DCC Starlets, Ronak, the man of for DCC Starlets in the previous game, was out cheaply, 14 of 10. Punya scored 23 of 17. But there you go, number 3, an important position in the shorter format. Dhruv Parashar coming out and showing us what his class is. Batting of the highest pedigree from Dhruv Parashar. 40 of 19 deliveries, 15 from Shrey, and 3 extras in that, allowing them to get to 104 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Well, let's take a look at the bowling card. Emil John, 2 overs, 19 runs, going at 9.5. Krishnan Bala, 2 overs, 17, picked up a wicket. Manal Siddiqui was one of the pick of the bowlers, 2 overs, 20, picked up 2 wickets. Ghaneem Feroz, 2 overs, 19, picked up 2 wickets as well. And those were the 2 bowlers that were really successful. Talha bin Salim was very expensive in his 1 over, 15 runs. And Nikhil Pancholi, 1 over, 14 runs, eventually 104 for 5. With 3 extras after 10 overs. That is the score for the DCC Starlets. Let's take a look at the highlights. A big shot down the ground. This is how they started the innings with. And then another one through the covers. Beautifully timed. 1 bounce 4. And then came an edge, which went to the boundary again. This was played into the gap, beautifully done down the ground. 4 more and a wicket came in. This was Ronak's wicket, an important wicket. And another shot that was played straight down the throat of long off. This is where he picked up 2 wickets, Ghaneem. And a couple of shots from Dhruv Parashar that were absolutely beautiful. Then down the ground, that big one, a huge 6 off the back foot. Through the end of the innings, another catch taken in the last over from Manal, which was a very eventful over. Couple of wickets in those deliveries on the first 2 balls. And then 1 down the ground, nicely played, timed to perfection as well. And a 6 to finish off the innings from Dhruv Parashar. Nicely done by Dhruv with 40 runs of just 19 deliveries. That's the summary for you. Lyari Kings need 105 runs to win in 10 overs at 10.5 runs per over.
Good evening and welcome once again. Match number 8. We are live from the 7th Stadium, Dubai. This is the fan code DCC X10 2022 edition. It's DCC Starlets taking on Lyari Kings. And if you missed the first innings, here's a quick recap for you. Batting first, DCC Starlets have managed to get 105 for the loss of 5 wickets. 14 from Ronak Panoli, 23 from Punya Mehra. Dhruv Parashar was the star of the evening for DCC Starlets. 40 of just 19 deliveries, and that has made sure that DCC Starlets get to 105 in their allotted 10 overs. 106 is what the other side, Lyari Kings, will have to chase. Meanwhile, joining me in the combox is Faizan.
Thank you so much, Web. Yeah, with 4 extras, 105 for 5. That is a very good total. That is a fighting total. Some bowling stats for you. A couple of wickets for Manal Siddiqui and Ghanim Feroz. And a single wicket for Krishnan Bala. That was the time when these 3 bowlers were operating. It seemed as if they could not get to 105, the Starlets. But they did well, riding on the success of Dhruv Parashar, who scored a 40 not out in just 19 deliveries and hit some big ones down the ground as well. So 106 more runs required by Lyari Kings to win this game, going at 10.6 runs and over. And they will need a very, very good start here.
It's the skipper for Lyari Kings, Nail Mohammed. And for DCC Starlets, it's going to be number 786 on the jersey, Sailesh Jaishankar, who's going to start the proceedings for DCC Starlets.
Very unusual jersey number. Normally we associate 3 digits with someone like a Chris Gayle only. A 333 on his jersey. Well, possibly a fan of his, you never know. But he's going to start the proceedings here. Here we go, first ball.
Outside off, that's played straight to the fielder. That was hit hard, timed sweetly. Aditya Shetty, well, I hope it's not his left or right hand, in fact, because he's a right arm leg spinner. Has he taken that catch? Because Nail Mohammed is walking back, and if he has, I think that is a screamer. Well done, very, very well done. That's a wicket and a big blow on the very first ball for Lyari Kings.
Oh, that was powerfully hit by Nail Mohammed, but straight to the man. Aditya takes a good catch on the expense of his hand, though. He's still shaking his hand. And, yeah, still holding it, still trying to get rid of the pain. Sometimes it hits the end of the thumb, which is really, really painful. Well, what a great start for the Starlets here. First ball and a wicket.
Shetty.
Aziz Ansari is the new batter, right-handed bat. One of the main batters in this lineup for Lyari Kings. And a lot rests on his shoulders here to chase down 106, which is never going to be easy. But if they can get Aziz Ansari cheaply, certainly they can get the cat in the bag. Outside the off stump, swing and a miss. Feet going nowhere. Poor shot coming in from the experienced Aziz.
And a good ball from Sailesh Jaishankar. I think that was pitched at the right length. That was the catch that was taken by Aditya Shetty. Good catch. Eyes on the ball. And no celebration at all. Immediately just checking his finger. Making sure he's all right. But that was a big blow. The captain back in the hut on the very first ball, Faizan. It takes a lot of grit and determination to chase a total after that when you have been on the back foot on the very first ball.
Also, Sailesh has been bowling really, really well. And this one was just back of the length, trying to pull it away in front of square. And mistiming it, Aziz. So pressure on Lyari Kings right away. Look at that, trying to hit it too hard and hits it hard into the wicket. Not a great shot once again.
Well, he's a hard-hitting batsman, Aziz Ansari. He'll want to try and maximize the power play overs, so he'll just try to clear the infield. But you can do that with finesse and panache and timing and skill.
Just the way Shoaib is doing it right now, with finesse and panache.
This one, he's played that over the fielder. Just wanted to clear the infield and he does it. They'll take a couple and he'll be off the mark.
Well, a couple of runs on the board. A good looking shot as well from Aziz Ansari. This time he didn't try to hit it too hard, and that was the key to that particular shot. Just stand and deliver from the middle of the bat as well. The outfield is comparatively heavier now because of all the dew that the ground has. We were right outside and it's pretty wet, the outfield currently. And for the last game, it's going to be even more so.
Rocked on the back foot, hasn't timed it well. Will only get a single. That will bring the new man, Saad Naeem, on strike. New because he hasn't faced a delivery yet. He was there for the first 5 deliveries at the non-striking end, but finally he gets his 30 seconds of fame.
I hope it's not just 30 seconds of fame here for Saad Naeem, for the sake of Lyari Kings at least.
Last ball of the over. Nicely played. And they take a single. Will be the end of the first. A successful over for DCC Starlets and Sailesh Shankar. 4 for the loss of 1 after the first over.
Ronnie.
Well, Ibrahim is the new bowler to take up the second over for DCC Starlets. Saad Naeem is going to be facing that ball. A young guy, Ibrahim. This is a young team, DCC Starlets, and one of the better fielding units in this tournament as well because of the youth. Fresh legs, young legs, puts in a lot of hard work. In comes Ibrahim for the first ball. Nicely bowled into the body with the angle. 1 run taken by Saad Naeem. Quick running between the wickets. Nicely bowled, nicely played. Good cricket overall. Well, I just came to realize that Shoaib is a fan of Virendra Sehwag. Sehwag was known to sing a lot of songs while batting. Look at that dew. Look at that dew right now. We were just talking about it. It's going to get heavier as the match progresses, as the night progresses, and there's still a third game remaining. So yeah, a lot of dew on the ground. We were just talking about it. A demo from one of their staffers there. In the meanwhile, a good looking shot, but edged. Third man will come into play. Only a single there for Aziz Ansari. So talking about Shoaib once again, I recently realized he was a Virendra Sehwag fan. Simple reason for that is Virendra Sehwag used to sing Kishore Kumar songs while batting. And I can tell you this, once he turns off the mic, he likes to sing Kailash Kher songs. So there's a K there.
Some similarity between
Some
the
similarity.
Greats. Well, thank you, Faizan. Well, that's a great connection to have. I never thought of it that way. But I'm a professional bathroom singer.
Good stuff. Stump to stump, baby. This is good, baby.
That shows how professional he is.
Punya,
6 for 1, 1.3 gone.
can you get my
Lyari
100
Kings.
after the over?
That's a good delivery from Ibrahim. Just going down the leg side, and Saad Naeem he just completely lost his composure on that shot. just threw the kitchen sink at it. Absolutely no idea where the ball was. That's the pressure of playing in a power play. You want to hit every ball out of the park.
This is hit down the ground straight to mid-on though. No runs there for Saad Naeem. They're trying too hard, Lyari Kings, just not getting anything off the bat. We haven't seen a boundary yet from their innings, and they're chasing a mammoth total of 106. That is the target in front of them. Still 100 to get of just 8.2 overs remaining now.
Yes, they'll have to up the ante. Again, a swing and a miss. Saad Naeem, he's just trying to hit the ball blindly. He can do that blindfolded as well. Has to be a lot more composed. Try to middle the ball first.
One thing's for sure though, it's not his 30 seconds of fame here.
Well, definitely not fame as of now.
Not even 30 seconds of game.
Yes, Saad Naeem, he's looks that like he's struggling at the moment. He's desperately looking for a big hit. Plays it high up in the air. Just falls short of Ronak Panoli. Oh, that would have been curtains for Saad Naeem.
Yeah, he was in the air for a long time. I thought Ronak would get there. But that concludes the over. It's 2 overs gone. 7 for 1 Lyari Kings. They are reeling under pressure.
Ronak, 1 minute bhai. 1 minute down.
Yeah, okay. एक सेकंड हाँ शॉर्ट फाइन चला जा एबी गो डीप स्क्वायर Shetty, can you take deep mid for 1 over, then you come bowl. Yeah. Ja. Aman, come on the offside.
Ronak.
Sakib.
Ronak.
Down.
So 2 overs have been bowled. 7 for 1 is the score. And the captain Ronak Panoli comes in to the attack. The skipper has introduced himself. Left arm ball. Some swing in the air, and Saad Naeem, his struggle out in the centre comes to an end. Second wicket down for Lyari Kings.
Ronak brings some Ronak for his team. Absolutely beautifully bowled first up. Drift in the air, tailing in, hitting the off and middle. Right on the word go. Very first ball bowled by the captain, picking up a wicket here. Wonderful start for Starlets. Not so much for Lyari Kings. 7 for 2 after 2.1.
Maybe run. Maybe move around.
Manal Siddiqui is the new batter, taking us back to the 80s with a white helmet on and wrapped on the pads. It's given. 2 and 2 for the captain. Ronak deserves it. Manal comes, Manal goes. Lyari Kings 7 for 3 now.
Well, that was really quick from Manal. He didn't allow us to complete the statement as well. That was hit in front. Easy decision for the umpire. He raises his finger. Manal has to walk back. Golden duck for him. And Lyari Kings are in trouble. 7 for 3 now.
slip. आजा आजा बेटा.
Harun Ghaus is the new batter who's come out to bat. And a lot is required from him. He's on a hat-trick, the captain, Ronak. And this one, oh, almost. Well, well, well. We have had almost 2 hat-tricks in this particular game. One in the first innings and one now. And both of them involving a left-arm bowler.
That's right, Faizan. I don't know what Harun had in store, what plans he had, but it looked as if he wanted to go big on that hat-trick delivery. Nobody told him that it was a hat-trick ball, I guess, because he looked to just go for a big hit, shuffling across and trying to go big. 8 for 3, Ronak Panoli. What a great over this has been. Just 1 run conceded, given away 2 runs in his 4 deliveries. Nicely played by Aziz Ansari. He knows that Ronak is bowling well, so that respect shown from Aziz Ansari towards Ronak Panoli.
Well, they don't need the respect, they need runs here. Going for the big shot this time around. Good bit of fielding. Oh, brilliant bit of fielding there on extra cover. Diving away and saving it from going to the boundary here. It's 9 for 3 after 2.5, after 3 overs in fact. 9 for 3 after 3. Ronak completes a very good over, picking up 2 wickets, giving away just 2 runs. A dismal looking batting card here for Lyari Kings. Their captain out on first ball duck. That was a good catch coming in from Aditya. Sailesh picked up the wicket. Saad was bowled Ronak, very first ball that he bowled. 3 of 7. Manal came in and Manal went back on a golden duck again. LBW by Ronak. At that time Ronak was on a hat-trick. Just couldn't complete it as Harun came in and missed the next one. So Aziz is still there, their mainstay. 5 of 7 and they need some fireworks from him. It's 9 for 3 after 3.
Shabash, 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 Shetty. Shetty. आराम से एक है.
Well, this one is cut away, nicely done. But there's a fielder at sweeper cover who's going to cut it off from going to the boundary. Only a single. Aditya is the new bowler who's come in to bowl. A young leg spinner, Aditya Shetty, bowls really, really well. Harun Ghaus is going to be on strike now. He's on 1 of 2. Aziz Ansari, 6 of 8. Lyari Kings, 10 for 3. Chasing a mammoth 106. In comes Aditya once again. This one is hit hard, up and over, into extra cover. There's a fielder that comes charging in from sweeper cover position. And it's an easy 2.
Shabash Shetty, Shabash Shetty.
In comes Aditya for the 3rd ball of the over.
Lovely, yaar.
Played towards long on from the middle of the bat, but straight to the fielder again. No boundaries. We haven't seen a single boundary till now. We are into the 4th over. This is a T10 game, mind you. They're chasing a big target of 106, but things not looking good for Lyari Kings. Well, there's a change in the comm box. Joining me here is ART, Abdur Rahman Tariq. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, Faizan. And on cue, it's the leg spinner who gets a wicket as soon as I walk in to the comm box. Aziz Ansari going across the line against the googly. And the furniture has been disturbed. It's a big wicket and the Lyari run chase has just lost momentum now. 3.4 overs done. Lyari Kings 13 for 4.
Lyari Kings in deep trouble here as the new batter Saqib Ashraf comes out to bat. Right-handed bat for Lyari Kings. 4 down with just 13 on board. Haven't seen a single boundary till now, Abdur Rahman Tariq.
Well, it's a shocking batting display to say the least. Goes across the line. It's a big appeal. Well, he turns that googly a long way, Aditya Shetty. Did hit the back leg, but I think it was missing leg stump.
Well, it would have slided on and missed like some good umpiring there. But almost another wicket for Lyari Kings. It's 13 for 4 after 3.5. Aditya has started well. He's given away just 4 runs, picked up a wicket already in the first 5 deliveries.
This one again. That traditional leg spinner would have probably hit the wickets, but it went straight on, beat the keeper, beat the batsman, and beat that fine leg fielder. 4 byes.
Well, it took 4 byes for the first boundary. It didn't come off the bat, but that concludes 4 overs. 17 for 4, Lyari Kings chasing a mammoth 106.
Floating power play, floating power play. Wait, नहीं power play? नहीं नहीं. हाँ नहीं नहीं. Who's the bowler? चालू करेगा. Score. Does he take deep breath? मैं करूँ. Tell me the score at least now. Batsman wants to know the score.
Take a look at the bowling card here. Sailesh Jaishankar, 1 over 4 runs, 1 wicket. Ibrahim Wijdani, 1 over 3 runs, hasn't picked up a wicket. Ronak Panoli, 1 over 2 runs and picked up 2 wickets. And then Aditya Shetty amongst the wickets as well in that last over.
Well, in the power play, if you're not able to get 10, 12 runs off a bowler, that's a mini victory for the fielding side. All 4 bowlers used so far, not conceding a single boundary off the bat. Have to check, that must be some sort of record. Faizan. Harun Ghaus. He likes to bat like Steve Smith. You can see that from his approach.
Well, this is down the leg side trying to ramp it up, missing it completely. Steve Smith trying something very unconventional there.
Well, the umpire has not given it as a wide, and rightly so, because if Harun was standing in his upright position without moving, that would have hit his toes. And Faizan's looking at me with a big smile on his face.
Anything down the leg side is a wide, Abdur Rahman Tariq. We all know that.
Well, he's pulled it towards that mid-wicket boundary, pushing for 2. Well, Faizan, when I'm covering the game with Kais Farooq, I admit this as well. I'm a bowler by heart. And I'll always side the bowlers. It's a tough job bowling in any form of cricket, let alone T10. Probably the most unforgiving of formats if you're a bowler. So if the umpire has given him some leeway, I'm happy inside.
Now that is a different story altogether. I'm with you, brother, on that. Well, I think it was all because of that shuffling that the batter did. In the meanwhile, the first boundary that we were looking out for from the bat comes in. Nicely done by Harun Ghaus this time around. It was a full toss, low full toss, mind you. Timed it to perfection, creamed it to the boundary for a 4.
Yeah, this time just stayed very still and played it in that gap perfectly. They need at least 20 of those from here to get to that total, big total. 23 for 4, almost at the halfway stage. Just not good enough. And this fan code DCC X10 encounter between the DCC Starlets and Lyari Kings.
This one is pulled away, nicely done into the gap. Another 4. So he's turning it on. Harun Ghaus, he needs to score some runs here because Lyari Kings are lagging behind big time. But that's another 4, 27 for 4 now.
Yeah, back-to-back boundaries will give them a lot of confidence. Very unorthodox in his approach, Harun Ghaus. But it is effective. Placed it perfectly. There is a fielder deep at square leg, but he had no chance. Shailesh J. Shankar under pressure. Has a wicket to his name. You don't want to be conceding too many runs, because a couple of good overs and Lyari Kings would be back in it.
Almost a Yorker, nicely played. Good bit of fielding as well. Good cricket overall from these players out there. Good shot from Harun Ghaus, timed it to perfection as well, but good bit of fielding in the covers. Nicely done. Brilliant stuff, putting his body on the line there.
Yeah, it's Aman, the fast bowler, standing at extra cover. And Harun Ghaus did middle it, as you said. Just not able to find the gap. Played into the stumps this time. Saqib Ashraf, the wicketkeeper, finally gets off the mark. But even with those boundaries, it was a good over from Shailesh. And Lyari Kings are 29 for 5 at the halfway stage, needing 77 runs to win.
ओए भाग भाग के करो सब लोग शाबाश
Shahzad.
Well, 5 more overs to go. 77 runs needed as Saad comes into bowl, and first delivery in the air, and he's taken a wicket. What a way to welcome Qais Farooq into the com box. Big wicket here. Saqib Ashraf falls.
Saad Abdullah takes a wicket with his first delivery. A good catch by Dhruv Parashar. Trying to slog it towards the leg side. Got an outside edge. The ball was very easily caught by Dhruv. Saqib Ashraf is walking back to the pavilion with 1 of 4 deliveries. Lyari Kings are now in a load of trouble at 29 for 5.
This is the 6th. It is the 6th. 3 overs of pacers and 2 overs of spin. So 5, and this is the 6th. Righty or lefty? Righty? Ronnie lefty.
Saad Abdullah strikes with his first delivery in this fan code DCC X10. Emil Joseph John.
Shahzad.
It seems he has to do everything for this Lyari Kings lineup.
Azad!
First with the ball, and now he's coming to bat.
Sorry.
Good googly to start off against the left-hander.
That was very well bowled. Abdul. Saad is a very good young upcoming cricketer. He bowls the leg spin. He's got the straighter one. And Emil has launched that towards mid-wicket. That's a towering hit over the ropes for a maximum.
Well, Saad Abdullah, welcome to the DCC X10. He thought life was easy when he picked up that first ball wicket. And then Emil John has deposited it over mid-wicket for one of the biggest sixes of the day. Tried that googly again, just a bit too full that time. Goes for the googly one more time, in the gap, poor fielding. Is that going to race away for 4? It's touch and go. In the end, I think he's done well. And they run 3.
I think he's done well for his side. He saved a run. And Emil gets another brace. That was Aman Ali at backward point. A lot of responsibility and pressure will be on Haroon Ghaus now, Abdul. Haroon is well known for playing a lot of unorthodox shots, but he's very effective. I think yeah, Aman has done well. He saved a run for his side.
Yeah, he's done really well. Shouldn't have come to that in the first place. But in the end, saves a run for his team. And yes, Haroon Ghaus again played a lot of cricket in Dubai. Unorthodox approach, but effective. Likes to throw the bowlers off their game. At that time was standing outside, off stump. Very dangerous ploy against the leg spinner.
And that's been hit towards deep square leg for another single. They've got protection. Oh, they've run a second. That was very poor fielding. You don't expect that from a side made up of youngsters. That should not have been a double.
Yes, Shailesh just finished an over, maybe slight fatigue sitting in for him. And Haroon Ghaus, the important thing was always pushing for 2, and they take 1 for the throw. It is a big boundary here at the 7th stadium, but 2 to finish the over. 40 for 5 now at the end of 6. Lyari Kings, 66 runs needed to win the game. Well, that's the batting card. And up top, Nail Tanveer, the captain, Aziz Ansari and Manal Siddiqui, the 2 senior batsmen they were depending on, all falling cheaply. And it was the experienced bowling pair of Ronak Panoli and Aditya Shetty that did that damage. Shailesh Jaishankar as well. First ball wicket for him. And not a lot of batting to come after that. Qais Farooq, Krishnan, Ghanem, Nikhil and Talha, all bowlers. So it's down to this pair now to take it as close as possible.
I'm ready. Which side, buddy?
And Ronak's turned to his prime leg spinner to try and just break this partnership and finish off the game.
We expect that googly first up. Yes, on cue, the googly in the air, and Dhruv Parashar again stationed at that long on position, takes a good catch. It's the experience of Aditya Shetty, and he's gotten a wicket, a big wicket.
Yeah, hit the bottom half of his bat, and the big bucket hands of Dhruv Parashar. He's not going to drop those. Aditya Shetty again walks in and gets the wicket for his captain. Emil is walking back to the pavilion, scoring 9 of 4 deliveries. Lyari Kings 40 for 6 and in deep trouble.
मैंने देखा है इसको ब्रो, इसने बैटिंग
Thank you, bhai.
Nikhil Pancholi coming into bat. Good Good looking shot played into the covers. Just a single, he get off the mark.
A fun fact, Abdul Nikhil was also part of one of our earlier under-19 state squads for Dubai. So he's I think he was out of the country for a few years, or he's been out of touch with cricket. He's just come back and he's playing for Lyari Kings.
Well, good to see some of the youngsters that did make a mark here in the Dubai Cricket Council tournament coming back. Harun Ghaus again walking across his stumps. Aditya Shetty is an experienced campaigner. He might be young, but I think he's played more matches than you and I combined in domestic cricket.
Harun will continue to try to do this. He likes putting bowlers off. You'll see him play the scoop, you know, again, unorthodox shots, very effective. He gets runs. Oh, that one kept a little bit low, well negotiated by Nikhil, but again, dot balls are not going to help them at this point in time. They need to score some runs.
Yeah, there's no point in playing that front foot defense right back to the bowler. You need to try to score some runs, get that net run rate in control at least. Again in the stump this time. And Nikhil Pancholi, he seems to be under a bit of pressure there.
And I don't think we've seen a slip fielder throughout the games that we've been watching. And Ronak was there at slip. He's just walked off to protect the last ball. So, you know, that gives you an idea of how comfortable DCC are at this point in time with the way the game's progressing.
We have 3 dot balls to finish the over, and a brilliant spell comes to an end. Aditya Shetty, 2 for 6 in the 2 overs that he's bowled. Lyari Kings, 42 for 6. They need 64 runs in the last 3 overs. And DCC Starlets looking favourites to win this encounter now. Well, it's attacked by leg spin. And Harun Ghaus again uses his feet. Hits down the track. Are they pushing for 2? Yes, they are. Good running between the wickets. Harun Ghaus. This is the second time he's done that. Chanced a run on the throw.
He runs hard, Abdul. He's going to take advantage of, you know, complacency setting in with the fielders because they think the game's done and dusted. And he hits that towards deep mid wicket. They've got protection there. Oh, the direct hit. He might be in trouble.
Well, they've gone up to the third umpire. Harun Ghaus is marking his guard. He thinks he's safe.
With direct hits, we never know. We never know.
Oh, he's out by a mile. He's out by a mile and a half. Harun Ghaus trying to be cheeky for the 3rd time in the innings. And this time he has to walk back. The umpire tells him that he is out. He wanted to get back on strike, yes, but that was a suicidal run. And the direct hit, as you said, well, always going into the favor of the fielders.
I mean, we'll give him a little bit of credit. He was actually trying to score runs. He was trying to get his team as close to the target as possible, but that was a little bit suicidal. He was out by a mile. Harun Ghaus is walking back to the pavilion. 21 of 14 balls with 2 boundaries, and Lyari Kings are 45 for 7.
New batsman in, Talha bin Salim. 45 for 7 now. Lyari Kings staring down the barrel. Hit very straight. And just a couple of bounces in front of Dhruv Parashar. Saad Abdullah. Again, a steady over so far. He want to get another wicket here, Saad. Get some confidence behind him. Remember, there is another game after this. DCC starlets will be back in action against the defenders. The second double header that we have, both defenders and DCC starlets playing the second game of the day. Defenders winning the first match against the VTAC Volts, and the DCC starlets looking good to win this one.
Oh, that's missed by the wicketkeeper for a bye. Ahan Fernandez cleans it up.
Yeah, Shrey Sethi having a tough time behind the stumps. He's a steady keeper, solid keeper actually.
I'll tell you what, Abdul, I'd like to see Saad actually bowl a little bit flatter and straighter to Talha bin Salim, because I think he's got a good chance of actually disturbing the wickets. He's got a good chance of either getting him LBW or bowled.
Well, he'll have to wait till the next game. Saad Abdullah's spell is done. 2 over 16 for 1. And Lyari Kings tottering at 48 for 7 in 8 overs.
Square leg. Saad, fine leg. Okay. Ibi, Aman, who do you want 5 out? Aman. Bowler Aman. These two also? Inside, Saad, inside. Saad, inside.
58 required of 12 balls, and they've brought in Aman Ali to bowl the penultimate over of Lyari Kings inning. Another youngster, medium pacer. He's bowling his first over of the game.
Aman steaming in. And Talha bin Salim plays it straight down the ground. Just a single. Nikhil Pancholi played 6 deliveries for just 2 runs. Struggling to get that ball out of the inner circle.
I mean, you'd want them to maximize and get as many runs as they can right now, because you never know, it might turn. And he's played it in the air, and it's taken by Mr. Bucket Hands Dhruv Parashar once again. That's 3 for him now.
Well, he's the safest fielder in the ground. He's enjoying himself. Big smile on his face. A hat-trick of catches for Dhruv Parashar. It was Nikhil trying to get some runs. That is the way you take a catch. Straight into the hands. No bubbling, no bouncing. Nikhil Pancholi out for 2. Lyari Kings 49 for 8.
Krish. Yes,
Krishnan Bala comes in to bat. The highlight of his day was the wicket of Ronak Panoli. Can he get some runs as well? Well, with that technique, I don't think he's getting any runs at all. Kais Farooq, a top order batsman, sitting right next to me. And that front foot, It's got a lot of cement around it. He's not moved it one bit.
I think he had his big moment of the game when he got Ronak Panoli out. You won't expect anything from him. He's here to have fun as he misses another one.
Well, this time at least that front foot moved towards the pitch of the ball. Maybe some nerves there for Krishnan.
Yeah, he tried to get his pitch of the pitch. He tried to get his foot to the pitch of the ball, but again, I think he's playing primarily as a bowler, as a slow medium bowler. So it's not fair to expect anything from him in the circumstance that Lyari King is in.
Oh, this time beats him outside off stump. Well, if I'm Aman Ali, the next delivery has to be searing into the base of that middle stump if possible. No feet movement at all. Krishnan Bala playing away from his body. As you said, he did the job in the field. Caught the big wicket of Ronak Panoli.
And he scored a single as well to retain the strike for the last over.
He has done well, Krishnan. Good looking, confident looking shot in the end. Played into the cover region for a single. With that single, the 50 comes up for Lyari Kings. Well, all they need to do is double that in 1 over and they'll be close to what DCC starlets managed. 50 for 8 in 9 overs.
Shachi. Shachi. No, short fine. Go back. Go fine leg, Aman. Go fine leg, boundary. Third man, go back.
Well, it's Ibrahim Wijdani. He's played it in the air. 1 bounce to that third man fielder. Krishnan Bala had no clue where that ball went. And Ibrahim, well, I'll be very happy if he picks up a wicket here. I have had the pleasure of coaching DCC under-19 team in which he was playing. And he is an exciting talent to watch out for, Ibrahim.
He's a very exciting prospect, Abdul. I think I would expect them to start targeting the stumps, specifically with when Krishnan is at the crease. Even Aman, he was trying to bowl length balls to Krishnan. You can see that the technique is not there. He's a lower order batsman. He's a tail ender. Your fast bowlers and medium pacers should be targeting the stumps to just get that wicket.
Yeah, there's no need to have that fear of getting hit at this stage. The match is done and dusted. So try for that Yorker. If you go full and they get you for a boundary, well, that's not a bad result. Again, a length delivery. Again, the outside edge. But this time, he'll go racing away to the boundary. But the fielder, Saad Abdullah, has done really well. Keeps it to just 1. But as Kes was saying, these youngsters, sometimes they stick to that script, to the letter. That would have been a perfect delivery to a top 100 batsman. Just outside off stump on a length.
Yeah, and he should be attacking the stump. So I'd want to see Ibrahim try and target that middle stump. Oh, that's very well played by Krishnan. He's managed to block that one out. It would have caused no damage. The ball was angling towards the leg side. It would have missed the stumps. And this is what the youngsters need to learn, how to finish games off, how to close the game off. Aman and Ibrahim, both of them should understand by now. Krishnan has played 6 balls. You've had visibility of his technique. You'd want to try and target the stumps.
Well, absolutely. Again, this time a length delivery. Again, the outside edge has been the order of the day for Krishnan. That's how he's gotten all his runs so far.
He can see the funny side of it, Abdul. He must be telling his teammates, I guess I'm going to have to do everything.
Absolutely moving up the order. He's the only one who's gotten bat on ball against the fast bowlers. But there's a lot of stiff competition coming up for the DCC starlets. These youngsters have to learn and learn quickly. They're winning this game by a big margin. But they would have liked to get all 10 wickets. A single to end this run chase. And it's a commanding victory for the DCC starlets. They've won this game by a massive, massive margin of 51 runs. You don't say that very often when you're defending 100 runs in a T10 game. But these youngsters have done well. They have 2 in 2. And they're looking good right at the top of the table.
Yeah, a 51-run margin in a T10 game is going to have a huge impact on their net run rate. They were the better side. They batted well. They executed their plans well. Unfortunately for Lyari Kings, their top order did not fire. That put them under a lot of pressure right from the start. And the bowlers, and again, the fielding. The fielding is what tends to make a difference. You know, Ronak's dropped catch, but then you haven't seen DCC starlets drop a single catch. That's the difference between the two sides in relation to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The ground fielding, couple of misfields, free boundaries given away by the Lyari Kings. They will be disappointed with this effort. It's a big margin, 51 runs. And the DCC starlets have shown why they belong at the big stage, even though the average age of this team would probably be 20. Nail Tanveer, the captain, out first ball. And then after that, no batsman stepping up. Haroon Ghaus was looking good while he was there, but he had no support at all. Emil getting a maximum and then getting out as well. 9 runs for him. So 54 is what the Lyari Kings should manage. And the bowling card, well, that's a good looking bowling card. Shailesh Jayashankar picked up a wicket. Ronak Panoli picked up 2 wickets in his 1 over. He's enjoying himself here in the fan code DCC X10. Aditya Shetty, the experienced leggy, picking up 2 wickets, giving away only 6 runs. And then Saad Abdullah and Aman Ali picking up a wicket each. Ibrahim Wijdani didn't pick up a wicket. A brilliant economy rate from the youngster. Just the 5 extras as well. Disciplined bowling. And that's how the innings started. The captain falling first ball. And then Ronak Panoli came in and picked up 2 of 2 deliveries. Manal Siddiqui right in front of the stumps. Aziz Ansari bowled by a googly. And Aditya Shetty was enjoying himself. Couple of byes given by the wicketkeeper, but didn't have a major effect on this run chase. Haroon Ghaus was looking good while he was there, played some unorthodox shots. Saad Abdullah, he picked up a wicket. Dhruv Parashar didn't drop a single catch. Everything that came in his direction landed in those bucket hands, as Kais Farooq had said. Haroon Ghaus trying to pinch 2, got run out. And Aman Ali picking up the last wicket to fall. That's the match summary right there. DCC starlets putting up 105 after being in a bit of trouble when they lost Ronak Panoli early. But Dhruv Parashar stepped up, 40 of 19 for him. Punya Mehra, 23 of 17. And a cameo by Shrey Sethi, 15 of 7. Ghanem Feroz picking up 2 wickets, and Manal Siddiqui picking up 2 wickets for 21 runs. And in the run chase, well, they could never get going, the Lyari Kings. Haroon Ghaus, the only man in double figures. Ronak Panoli and Aditya Shetty picking up 2 wickets each. DCC starlets winning by a massive margin of 51 runs. Well, that's it from us here in the Combox. We'll have a short break, but we're going down to the presentation party for the man of the match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of the 8th match at Fanco DCC X10. And the 8th match happened between Lyari Kings and DCC Starlets. DCC Starlets eventually winning this game comfortably in the end after posting 105, which was a mammoth total. Aditya bowled really well for his 2 overs, giving away 6 runs and picking up 2 wickets. But for the post-match presentation, I have with me Mr. Qais Farooq, who's standing next to me and will be presenting over the Man of the Match award to the Man of the Match today for his notable performance of 40 runs in just 19 deliveries. And that happened for the DCC Starlets. It is Dhruv Parashar. He will come and pick up the Man of the Match award from Mr. Qais Farooq. 40 runs of 19 deliveries and 3 catches as well. Brilliant performance coming in from Dhruv. Dhruv, you were brilliant with the kind of onslaught that you did towards the fag end of the innings. Khas taur se bade chhakke aapne jo lagaye. What was going on in your head at that particular time when you were hitting everything out of the park?
I mean, thank you so much for having me, and I'm really happy with team's performance. It was a good all-round performance, and I'm happy to have contributed towards the end. We had a bit of a shaky start, so there was some time for me to settle down and then calculate how much we needed. I mean, in a T10 game on this wicket, around 90-100 is a pass score, and we have a strong batting unit. So my goal was just to try and get to that score and pace myself out through the 10 overs.
You're also playing back-to-back matches, so ready for that?
Yeah, exactly. It's a quick turnover, so I think the focus has already shifted on the next game, and we have good momentum, winning 2-on-2 in this tournament, and hopefully we can win the 3rd one as well.
Well, thank you so much, Dhruv. All the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, that was Dhruv Parashar. He is the man of the match. There's going to be another game involving the DCC Starlets and defender CC, and we'll go into a short little break, and we'll be back with the 3rd game of the day. Stay tuned.